Let me turn to the United States, in Washington, where Kevin Dark joins us. He's a lobbyist, an election and campaign analyst. Kevin Dark, thank you so much for your time on the program tonight. Let me start by asking you, your country has had a fair share of these issues of alleged meddling in your democracy, in your electoral process, perhaps from external forces, which is being investigated presently. What is the extent, on what scale, or how large do you think these global possible threat to what democracy has gone? Kevin, if you can hear me clearly now, my question is this. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, as you know, we here in the United States are really dealing with trying to figure out what happened in our election. And we're also implicated because there was a huge role of misinformation that was put out about our last presidential election. And what I think is really important for people to realize is that we may never know the extent to which this misinformation and this hacking and this scandal had on actual votes, but in a way that doesn't even matter, because just the speculation taints the results in the eyes of some people. And when you taint the results, you take away from the credibility of elections, which are the foundation of democracy.
So with what is, it's a thin line between the ethics and what exactly it's turned out to be a weapon against your opponent. So where do you draw the line, and how do you exactly fish out these particular consultants who are going all around the world in making sure that democracies are being tampered with?
Yes, exactly. One of the things that I think should be made clear is that there's nothing wrong with influencing voters with information that is truthful. That's the first point. But the key is it must be clear who the information is coming from. So in this instance, I think the biggest part of this that we need to focus on, whether it's changing guidelines or laws, is the information has to be truthful. But more importantly, it has to be very clear about where it comes from. And in the United States, for example, we have candidates who are advertising on television, for example. But we also have political action groups. We have individuals who have a lot of money who buy TV time to put their opinion out. But one thing that is attached to each one of those commercials or programs is you have to know at the end who is paying and for this particular ad. And that gives you insight on what their motives might be. And it makes you have a little bit more trust in the system.